This is Santoshi, lecturer in mechanical engineering, working in Jain Government Polytechnic College, Ramantapur. I am going to teach for 5th semester students. My subject name is refrigeration and air conditioning. In this subject, my topic name is vapor compression and vapor absorption refrigeration system. Okay, so in previous class we have discussed about the working principle of vapor compression refrigeration system and various parts and their functions in the vapor compression refrigeration system and applications of vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, now today we would be able to understand the pressure enthalpy diagram and pressure temperature entropy diagram, analysis of vapor compression refrigeration system cycle with TS diagram, and analysis of vapor compression cycle with pH diagram. Okay, so first see the diagram chart of pressure and enthalpy chart. Here x-axis and y-axis. In the x-axis we consider the enthalpy and y-axis we consider the pressure. Okay, this is the pressure. There is a constant volume, constant temperature and constant entropy. So if you see the constant and volume, there is a very long straight line, dot line, straight line, dot line and straight line and dot line. We can see in the chart. This is this. And another constant temperature, there is a short long line and there is a middle another line and again another line. There is a one short line, one is a long line. Okay, if you see constant entropy, completely dotted lines are constant entropy. So indications of the constant volume, constant temperature and constant entropy. Okay, if you see here saturated, this is the saturated liquid, this is the saturated liquid line. Okay, if there is a here one curve is there. This curve shows that the one is saturated liquid line, another one is the saturated vapor line. This is a saturated vapor line. In between these two, one center line point is there. That point we called as center point, that is critical point, where the saturated line and saturated vapor line, as a saturated liquid line increases and after that from certain point the saturated liquid line decreases. Okay, where it starts decreasing, that point we call as critical point. Okay, that the saturated liquid line above that one consider as supercooled liquid region and critical pressure, and saturated vapor line, that is called as superheated vapor region. Superheated vapor region. In between the saturated liquid line and vapor line, inside the curve we called as wet region. Complete this circle is called as wet region. Okay, one is a superheated saturated liquid line, another one is a saturated vapor line, third one is another one is a wet vapor region. There is a three regions are liquid region, vapor region and wet region. Wet means there is a partially liquid and partially vapor, that is called as liquid plus vapor is called as wet region. This is in this here completely liquid region, this here completely vapor region. If it is liquid plus vapor, then it is called as wet region. Okay, the x-axis it shows the enthalpy in x-axis and y-axis it shows the pressure. Okay, this is the pressure enthalpy chart. Okay, you understand? The next, the pressure enthalpy diagram. See pressure enthalpy diagram. The pressure is plotted on a vertical ordinate and enthalpy is plotted on a horizontal. Pressure enthalpy other properties I will read directly from the chart. Okay, so the saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line merges at a critical point. These 2 points merges at one point, that is called as critical point. The diagram is divided into 3 regions. One is the superheated cooled region, subcooled liquid region, another one is wet vapor region, another one is a superheated region. Okay, so here subcooled liquid region is nothing but the region to the left of the saturated liquid. Whatever the left of the saturated liquid, that is called as supercooled liquid region or subcooled liquid region. The temperature of the liquid is below the saturation temperature or corresponding to its pressure. The total heat is sensible heat. Here the total heat is sensible heat. And next, the wet vapor region, the space between the saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line. The between the saturated vapor line and saturated liquid line, that in between the two, that is called as wet region, that wet vapor region. This region represents the phase changes of the refrigerant from liquid to vapor. There is a phase changes. Okay, the wet vapor region, the total heat or enthalpy equal to HW equal to small h plus x into L. L is nothing but latent heat. Okay, where H is the sensible heat of the liquid and x is the dryness fraction and L is the latent heat of liquid. Okay, so for the saturated vapor, the total heat H is equal to H plus L. Okay, so for the superheated vapor region, the space on the right side of the saturated vapor line, the total heat or enthalpy H is superheated equal to H small h plus capital L plus Cp of T superheated minus T saturated. This is in the vapor region. We consider where Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure and T superheated is temperature at superheated steam and T saturation temperature at the given pressure. Okay, the temperature entropy Ts diagram charts. Here in this formula we consider heat or enthalpy in terms of superheated. So in terms of superheated we have to consider the different formula, that is in terms of superheated we have to consider the temperature differences and with help of the specific heat at constant pressure and latent heat and sensibility is common. The first in that wet region we consider as a dryness fraction because it is in the dry state, wet and dry vapor. So we consider the x as a dryness fraction, but here it is complete in vapor region, so we have superheated region, that's why we consider in terms of H plus L plus Cp into T superheated minus T saturated. Okay, next one is the temperature entropy chart. In temperature entropy chart, temperature is in the y-axis and entropy is in x-axis. This line also shows that as the wet region and subcooled region and superheated region. So A1, A2, A1, A2 and B, B1, B2 and C, C1, C2. So the as the temperature is decreases, absolute temperature is plotted on a vertical coordinates, entropy is plotted on horizontal coordinates. As similar to pH chart, this is also divided into three regions. One is the subcooled region. The entropy of liquid in the region is S1 of log of T of 273. Okay, so where is the T is the absolute temperature corresponding to the pressure P at which phase starts, and then wet vapor region change in the entropy equal to X into L by T, where the entropy of wet vapor is equal to SW into SI S1 plus X into L by T, that is equal to log of E T by 273 plus XL by T. Instead of S1 we consider log of T by 273. So we can find out the SL. So wet vapor region, the total entropy of the saturated vapor equal to SW equal to S1 plus L by T. S1 is nothing that already we know that log of T by 273. So substitute the log of S1 equal to log of T by 273. We can get the SW of what saturated vapor. Okay, superheated vapor region change of entropy equal to Cp into log of T superheated by T saturated. Okay, So such superheated vapor region, total entropy of superheated vapor equal to T superheated into S1 plus L by T in plus Cp of log of T superheated by T saturated. So 2 superheated log S1 is nothing but already we know that log of T by 273 plus L by T plus Cp of log of T superheated by T. Okay, so in this way we have to find out we can find out the saturated region, so wet region and vapor region. Okay, analysis of vapor compression refrigeration system with the help of the pH and TS diagrams. Okay, how to analyze the pH and TS pH and using the pH and TS diagram. Representation of the vapor compression cycle, the PV diagram. So x-axis shows the P and y-axis shows the V and y-axis shows the P. So first 1 to 2 process is isentropic compression and 2 to 3 process is isobaric condensation. Isobaric condensation or constant pressure. Isobaric is nothing but constant pressure. Constant pressure, isobaric. Okay, so 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion. Next 3 to 4 and 4 to 1 is isobaric evaporation. So this is the process of temperature entropy diagram. So if you see the temperature entropy diagram, 1 to 2 process is compression of vapor. So 1 to 2 process, here compression takes place. Isobars, these are the isobars. There is a 1 to 2 process is compression takes place. Saturated vapor is converted into supersaturated vapor. So in the compression process we already told that is in the vapor form. So already it is in the vapor form. See, the complete blue, light blue color is in the vapor and liquid is in the dark blue, and combination of liquid and vapor is in the combination region. Here if you see in the compression is nothing but vapor in the vapor form. So it is in the light blue. 1 to 2 process is a compression of vapor and 2 to 3 process is the vapor superheated removed in the condenser, and 3 to 4 is vapor converted into liquid in the condenser, and 4 to 5 is the liquid flashes into liquid and vapor across the expansion wall. So liquid is sent to the expansion wall, and 5 to 1 the liquid vapor converter to all the liquid and vapor converted to all the vapor in the evaporator. So a liquid and vapor is converted to all in the all vapor in the evaporator. Again then it becomes a vapor. So first it is in the form of vapor and vapor to liquid and vapor, and then it's converted as a liquid, and then liquid to vapor, liquid and vapor, and liquid and vapor again it is converted to complete vapor in the evaporator. Okay, so see 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4. So in this process this is the pH diagram. The process discrimination, if you see the 1 to 2 process, isentropic compression of vapor in the compressor and entropy of the vapor remains constant. The temperature is increases. C is the temperature here, T1 temperature as it to T2 temperature. Temperature increases, the constant entropy and pressure also increases. So isentropic compression, entropy of the medium temperature increases. Okay, so next in 2 to 3 process is the condensation process. Condenser, the condensation of vapor in the condenser. In this constant pressure process, the refrigerant rejects heat and changes the state of vapor to liquid state. So it states changes and vapor to liquid state. And 3 to 4 is the expansion of liquid refrigerant in the expansion wall. So throttling process, isenthalpic process, the enthalpy remains constant. So here enthalpy remains constant. So 4 to 1 process, evaporation of liquid refrigerant in the evaporator. The constant pressure process, liquid refrigerant absorbs the heat from the products and changes its state from the liquid to vapor. So, evaporation of liquid refrigerant in the evaporator, constant pressure process. The liquid refrigerant absorbs the heat from the products and changes its state from the liquid to vapor. Temperature of the space to be cooled is reduced. So, in this way, the temperature of the space to be cooled. The thermodynamic analysis. If you see the analysis, 1 to 2 process, low pressure and low temperature dry and saturated vapor refrigerant enter the compressor at a point 1. Isotropic compression of vapor refrigerant in the compressor. High pressure and high temperature of vapor refrigerant discharged to the condenser at the point 2. Work done in the compressor is H2 minus H1. Entropy is constant. S1 equal to S2. So, as S1 is S2 equal to 2, 3 high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant enters the condenser at point 2. The constant pressure heat rejection in the condenser. So, 2 to 2 dash is condensation of superheated vapor to saturated vapor. 2 dash 2 to 3 is the condensation of saturated vapor to saturated liquid. So, refrigerant rejects heat to the surroundings water medium and changes its state to liquid. Heat rejected by the refrigerant. Okay, H2 minus H3. So, heat gained by the cooling medium. So, it is MC delta T. The high pressure, low pressure temperature liquid refrigerant delivered to the expansion valve at the point 3, and here heat rejected by the refrigerant equal to H2 minus H3. Heat gained by the cooling medium equal to LCP MC delta T. So, in 3 to 4 process, high pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant enters the expansion valve at a point 3. The liquid refrigerant is expanded by throttling in the expansion valve. And isentropic expansion H3 equal to H4, a small h3 equal to capital H4. No work is done. Low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant enters the evaporator at a point 4. So, as the 4 to 1, the low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant enters the evaporator at point 4. So, constant pressure heat absorption from the products in the evaporator. The liquid refrigerant changes its state from liquid to a vapor. Though low pressure and low temperature dry and saturated vapor refrigerant enters the compressor at a point 1. So, as the 4 to 1, since evaporation takes place at constant pressure, the P4 equal to P1, T4 equal to T1, heat absorbed of refrigerant or heat refrigeration effect equal to H1 minus H4, and since H4 equal to H3, the rate refrigeration equal to H1 minus H3, and vapor compression refrigeration system COP of vapor compression refrigeration system equal to net refrigeration effect by work done. Net refrigeration effect equal to H1 minus H4. H4 is nothing but small h3. So, H1 minus H3 that divided by H2 minus H1. Okay, so for H2 minus H1, this is the vapor compression refrigeration cycle COP. So, COP of the vapor compression refrigeration cycle equal to H1 minus capital H1 minus small h3 by capital H3 minus capital H2 minus capital H1. So in this way we can directly find out the vapor compression refrigeration system of COP of vapor compression refrigeration system. If directly H1 H2 is given, directly we can find out. If we temperatures are given, enthalpies are not given, then we have to follow the formulas. Based on formulas we have to find out the COP of the vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, so far in this class we studied about the pH and TS diagrams and representation of vapor compression cycle on PV and pH and TS diagrams. Okay, so process description and thermodynamic analysis and COP of vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, thank you students, we see in the next class.